Let's discuss the sprint review. A sprint review is where the work completed is demonstrated to stakeholders and feedback is gathered. So, what exactly is a sprint review? A sprint review is a collaborative meeting that takes place at the end of each sprint. During this meeting, the Scrum team presents the work they have completed to stakeholders, and they gather feedback on the product increment. Here are some key characteristics. It's informal, not a status meeting. It focuses on the product increment. It is a collaborative feedback session, and typically it is time-boxed to 4 hours or less. Now, let's look at the purpose of the sprint review. First, inspect the increment. Examine what was completed during the sprint and identify what has changed in the product. Gather feedback. Collect input from stakeholders to validate that the work meets their needs and expectations. Adapt the product backlog. Update the product backlog based on insights gained during the review. Enhance collaboration. Foster communication between the Scrum team and stakeholders to align on product direction. Who are the participants in a sprint review? First, we have the Scrum team. This includes the product owner, who explains what product backlog items have been marked as done and what hasn't. Next are the developers, who demonstrate the work they have completed and answer questions. And finally, the Scrum Master, who ensures the event takes place and that attendees understand its purpose. The other important participants are the stakeholders. Business leaders provide business context and strategic direction. End users offer feedback from a user perspective. Other teams understand dependencies and integration points. Let's break down the structure of a typical sprint review. It starts with an introduction, followed by a demo, then feedback, and finally planning next steps. First, in the introduction, the product owner welcomes the attendees, reviews the sprint goal and agenda, and sets the expectations for the session. This usually takes around 10 minutes. Next is the demonstration, where the developers showcase the completed work, focusing on working software and explaining the technical aspects briefly. This usually takes 30 to 60 minutes. Then, feedback collection, where stakeholders provide input, ask clarifying questions, and suggestions are documented. This takes approximately 30 minutes. Finally, next steps planning, where the product backlog is reviewed, potential changes are discussed, and project completion dates are estimated. This takes about 20 minutes. Now, let's explore some best practices for conducting an effective sprint review. Preparation. Rehearse the demo beforehand. Prepare a backup plan for technical issues. Set up the environment in advance. Create a clear agenda. Demonstration. Focus on working software, not slides. Show real user scenarios. Keep technical details minimal. Highlight business value. Engagement. Encourage questions throughout. Involve all team members. Create an interactive atmosphere. Avoid blame for incomplete items. Feedback. Capture all feedback systematically. Ask specific questions. Use a structured format. Prioritize feedback items. Time management. Respect the time box, which is a maximum of 4 hours. Allocate time per feature. Use a timekeeper. Start and end on time. Follow-up. Document decisions and action items. Update product backlog promptly. Share review summary. Track implementation of feedback. Let's discuss some common challenges encountered during sprint reviews and their solutions. Challenge number 1: turning into a status report. Sprint reviews often devolve into formal presentations about task completion, rather than focusing on product value and stakeholder feedback. Solution. Focus on working software, demonstrate actual features, encourage interactive discussion. Challenge number 2: low stakeholder engagement. Stakeholders may attend but remain passive, not providing the valuable feedback needed to guide product development. Solution. Ask specific questions, create interactive segments, Highlight business impact. Challenge number 3, poor time management. Reviews can run too long, covering too many details or getting sidetracked with technical discussions that aren't relevant to all attendees. Solution. Create a timed agenda, assign a timekeeper, prioritize demo items. Challenge number 4, lack of follow-through. Feedback collected during the review doesn't get properly incorporated into the product backlog or acted upon in future sprints. Solution. Document all feedback, update backlog immediately, track feedback implementation. Let's summarize the key takeaways from our discussion. First, inspect and adapt. Sprint reviews provide a crucial opportunity to inspect what was built and adapt the product direction based on feedback. Second, collaboration. Effective reviews foster collaboration between the Scrum team and stakeholders to create better products. Third, transparency. Reviews create transparency around progress and challenges, building trust with stakeholders. Fourth, focus on value. Emphasize working software and business value, rather than tasks completed or technical details. Fifth, continuous improvement. Each sprint review should improve upon the last, refining the process and the product. And sixth, forward momentum. Reviews help maintain momentum by celebrating progress and clarifying the path forward. As the Scrum Guide says, the sprint review is not a status meeting, but rather a working session where stakeholders actively collaborate with the Scrum team to inspect the increment and adapt the product backlog. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.